Hello, hello, hello! How are you guys doing today? What's up? What's up? I am currently putting together my Warby Parker. Look at my beautiful hair. Putting together my Warby Parker glasses so I can send them back. Alex is going to be on his way home in just a second. I am uploading a... Shoot, look at this stupid tape here. I've got a drama video uploading, and I just finished my Peterisms video that I'm going to have to upload here in just a second. But I wanted to get on here, and I wanted to show you guys some new things, or some things that I got from my post office box. Hold on a second. I want to make sure this is all ready to go, so I can just... Oop. Drop this off at the post office and send this out. I didn't even think about going to the store, the Warby Parker store. So there, okay. First things first, can I show you all my Christmas bags are right here. Of things that I have for people. My Uggs came in the mail today. Here are my new Uggs. Aren't they so cute? I love them. I'm so happy. Okay, so those came in the mail today. I want to show that. Then hold on just one second. There's something over here that I wanted to say to somebody. I have my reading glasses on. Okay, I received this candle from Lucy. Hey, Lucy! Like 3 weeks ago, okay? And it was a Bath & Body Works candle. It's marshmallow, marshmallow fireside. We actually have it. I put it upstairs in the bedroom, and it smells so good. And it's like a fourth of the way burnt down already. And I've had this Bath & Body Works note sitting, over there because I wanted to thank Lucy for that. And she said, hey, Peter, or hi, Peter, wishing you, Alex, Boo Tucker, and PP in spirit a great holiday season. Sincerely, Lucy. So thank you so much, Lucy, for that. I really, really appreciate it. All right, you guys, now I just want to show you. These are, I have more in my car, but these are the Christmas cards that I have received so far. And I went through and read every single note, every single message. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm not going to specifically read every single one in here. I will tell you... Oh, I had them separated out. And now they're not. Shoot. How am I going to remember? I mean, people, you guys, so many people sent me pictures of their dogs and stuff, and their personal Christmas cards. You guys, it was really so nice. And then I got a couple gift cards, Starbucks gift cards. Where did I had them in here to read. Okay, shoot. Maybe I put them in the other pile. Oh. Well, we'll go through that in just a second and look. Because I saved the envelopes. Here, maybe these are the ones. Yeah, this is one. Okay, so this is from Seisha. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. This is from Seisha. And Seisha got me a $25 gift card to Starbucks, which was so nice. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, so yeah, okay. So thank you so much for that. And then I got another gift card from somebody else. I'll have to go through here in just a second, like I said, and look through it. But I got a few gifts. Well, first of all, I want to show you guys, are you ready for the new candle with Poorhouse Company? My new candle with Poorhouse Company is called So Grateful. And you guys, I messaged her and I was like... Because we were kind of talking about what I wanted the smell to be like, and I wanted it to be, like, really fresh, like taking a walk outside. And so when I smelled it, I was like, oh, my God, this is incredible. And I was like, so I messaged her, and I was like, what are the scents of this? And she's like, I wanted it to smell like a Christmas tree farm that you would walk on, like, in the middle of the winter. And it, you guys, it is like pine... But, like, it also smells very kind of creamy and just fresh air, like fresh linen and pine is what it smells like. You guys, it's so fantastic. I love it so much. So, this one, So Grateful. I don't know if it's up yet or not, but if you go to the link below for the Poorhouse Company, it'll be underneath there. And then she also sent me Cotton and Amber. She always sends me things. Wax melt, flannel sheets, And blueberry muffin. Blueberry anything is like my favorite. And then do you guys want to see my new cup that I got from Anthropology? Look at this. Is this not so perfection? I told Alex I'm going to start buying a lot of these like specific mugs like this. They have all this stuff is 30% off right now. He said that's fine as long as I get rid of a bunch of what's down here, which is Starbucks cups. I said no, I'm not getting rid of those Starbucks cups. Okay, so then the next thing I wanted to show you guys was, I think this was from, is this from Bunny? This might be from Bunny, hold on. This is from Addie. Addie sent me this coffee mug, which I wanted to keep in the box until I showed you. And it has the Bumble on there, Bumble's Bounce. And it has the Rudolph, it's from Rudolph's cartoon. So it's Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer, ugly sweater, ceramic mug. I love it so much. So I'm going to drink, we'll have to wash it tonight. I have my literature meeting here in a couple hours. So I'm going to drink my coffee out of that. And they'll all be jealous that I have this big coffee mug. So I have to wash that. Okay. And then the next thing is, I mean, everybody sent me such cute cards, you guys. It was so nice. This is from, where is the name on here? Oh, and of course I didn't save the envelope. I just saved. This is from Ren. And Ren sent me this coffee cup. Look at this. And you guys, you know that I love these. I have several of these from different places. Oh, these are the ones that Alex has packed down there. But this is like, it has stuff from all over California on it. Isn't that so cool? I love it. I'll show you the one. It's actually just a coffee mug that I use quite a bit. Yeah, it's in the dishwasher. I use it so much. This one says Vancouver on it. I love it. So we can put that. It's clean because the dishes are clean. Put that up there. Oh. Yeah, I need a whole area just for coffee mugs and stuff. All right. Then the last thing. Oh, this is from Bunny. So Bunny sent. She sent that too. No, okay, this is from Bunny. Bunny sent this beautiful cardinal. Isn't that so fantastic? And then she sent me wax melt. Fireside. I love these. And autumn wreath. Yankee. And this cute little box, which is going to be repurposed right here with my white, because it's perfect. So thank you for all of that. And then I also got this beautiful envelope from Allison. I got this beautiful ornament from Allison. Isn't that so pretty? She has like little twigs and stuff on it as a tree. She said it made her think of me. I can't tell what this is inside of here. It's either a squirrel or it's a cardinal. I can't tell. And it doesn't say on the thing. But I love it. And I'm actually getting ready to put up our Christmas tree. My cousin Caroline was like, why are you putting up your Christmas tree now? She's like, that is so stupid. She's like, it just doesn't even seem like there's any point to it. It's so late. And I was like, Caroline, I'm putting my Christmas tree up. Even if we only have it up for a couple days, I'm putting it up. Because it makes me happy. You guys, I cannot believe all of these Christmas cards I got are so nice. And so many people sent Alex Christmas cards too. And I want to say that was just really, really generous. And that was really nice too. So, one of my goals for today was to clean the kitchen. I can't see if he's home yet or not. It's like actually really, really nice outside. Make the bed really nice. I made the bed really nice today. Clean the kitchen. So I'm trying to clean up all this stuff. You guys, some of you like put just the cutest stickers and stuff on these envelopes. I love, like so many of you did that. Where is the other? See, like so many, I can't even show you guys, but like, well, so many personal cards. I love that stuff. So many. I mean, here's another one. Oh my god, this one, I have to tell you, I absolutely love this. This is so funny. And this was from Brittany. I'm going to show you, even though I shouldn't. But Brittany did one, and it's like the Last Supper, but it's like her family. You guys, I love this so much. It's like my favorite Christmas card of the whole year. So thank you for Brittany. She sent me a really nice little letter with that, too. My mom would have loved this, because my mom always felt like you should, you know... Oh, here's the gift card. Okay, so... It's a beautiful card, too. And, this is from... Oh, you know what? Oh, my God. This is from, it says, Rowan, Katie... I can't read, you guys. I cannot read. But this is the girl that I met, at Edinburgh when I went shop. Hey, I thought your name was Caitlin. Why did I think your name? Anyway, hey Katie, how are you? She sent me a $15 gift card to Starbucks. That was so sweet. Thank you so much. Aww. Season's greetings. Money's short, times are hard. Here's your effing Christmas card. Except it says the real thing. This is so funny, you guys. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, everyone felt crappy, even the mouse. Mom at the whorehouse and Dad smoking grass. I just settled down for a nice piece of ASS. When out on the lawn, I heard such a clatter. I sprang from my piece to see what was the matter. Went out on the lawn. I think this is the girl that she was with that day, because it says I think Krista. When out on the lawn, I heard such a clatter. Okay. When out on the lawn, I saw a big dick. I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. He came down the chimney like a bat out of hell. I knew in a moment the effer had fell. He filled all the stockings with pretzels and beer and a big rubber duck for my brother. Ah! Oh my God, he rose up the chimney with a thunderous fart. The SOB blew the chimney apart. He swore and he cursed and he rode out of sight. Piss on you all and have a hell of a night. Oh my God. Oh, she said on the back of here. Oh, she did say Caitlin. Okay, good. Okay. She said, I hope you laughed as hard as I did reading this the first time. It was given to me as a copy, of which I made more copies out of from my boss, whose sister, who is no longer with us, gave to her. Aw. She doesn't know if her sister wrote it or read it in a magazine back in the late 80s. Merry Christmas and F 2020. She said, P.S. Share this to Alex. The cuss jar is going to be full. Oh, I loved that. That made me so happy. Thank you so much. So anyway... That are the Christmas things. So anyway, that's everything that's going on with the Christmas stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna put it all over here. And then, oh, here is Alex's mom gave me these Christmas pajamakins. Put those over there to take those upstairs. Got a Nordstrom gift card. And we're going to repurpose this bag. Oh, it has my name on it. So we're going to repurpose this bag right here. See, you guys are so helpful. You're helping me clean. Is my husband home? He is so excited to have a couple days off. You guys, I went to Bath & Body Works and I bought all of this hand soap, and this one is called Ho 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 Winter Candy Apple. And I literally, can I just show you, I bought too many of these hand soaps. I bought Winter, which is my favorite candle of the world, and then I bought iced cinnamon rolls. So I literally have these soaps sitting side by side. Oh, we also have one upstairs, too. And then I bought this Ho 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 one, and I'm like, what are we going to use it for, boys? Come here, Boo. Come here, Boo Radley. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? He said, well, I guess I'll say hi to everybody. He said, I heard y'all were talking about me not feeling so well the other day. But you feel good now, don't you? He said, yeah. I've been running around, and my dad's going to come home. What are you and Daddy going to do tonight? Huh? What are you and Daddy going to do? Look at his cute little eyebrows. Well, we're gonna watch some TV while Dad does his literature group meeting with those ladies. Okay, there you go. I know. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get off here, and I will be back a little bit later with more vlog. I love you. Okay, I'm getting ready to vlog, but I wanted to show you that I finally put up the little Christmas tree. Okay, you ready to see it? Okay. Ooh, look at that. So pretty. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Did you like my Christmas tree? I know it wasn't very much in focus, but that's okay. How are you guys doing? I was worried that I had deleted the previous part of my vlog because that would be very typical of me, but I didn't. Thankfully, I didn't. I was just listening to, on Radio Classics, Entertainment, 148 Radio Classics, the Charlie McCarthy Show with Edgar Bergen. I used to love these old-time radio shows when I was a kid. I've talked about it on here a ton. I've talked about it on here a million times. But when I was a little kid, I used to, like, order them. There was, like, this little catalog that came, and my mom, I must have ordered the catalog somehow, but it had like all of them listed, and I would order these tapes, and I had like the Jack Benny Show, the Christmas Show, and then I had Fibber McGee and Molly, and I had a bunch of them that were Christmas ones. And so it's so funny because now they're playing Christmas ones on here, you know, because it's the week of Christmas, and I haven't heard this one before, and it was funny because they were doing if you guys don't know who Edgar Bergen is, he's like the ventriloquist dummy guy, and they were doing 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it was really funny. Anyway, I have 2 Diet Cokes because I have now read 88 books for this year. I have like an hour left of The Knife Before Christmas, which is actually really, really good. So that'll be my 89th book. I'm so close to my goal of 100 books this year that I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? I have currently 2, this guy like literally just pulled out in the middle of the intersection. I have like 2 graphic novels that I'm currently reading. I'm reading Bloom, which is really good. And I didn't, at first I was kind of like, nah, I was kind of not really into it. I cannot find my lip gloss in here. But then I got really into it. So, well, here's this lip gloss. We'll just use this Wet n Wild clear lip gloss. I kind of feel like I lost my Lunar Beauty lip gloss, which I hope I didn't because it's my last one. I need to look in here and see if I can find it. No, there it is. I found it. I have quite a bit left of it too, I think. What was I saying? Oh, I have 2 graphic novels left to read. I have Bloom, and then I'm reading Lumberjanes, which is okay. It's real short. It's like 100 pages or something. And it very much reads like a comic book. And then I just finished this one called Noise. That was literally, I sat in one sitting, and it was very, very short. Like, very short. I probably shouldn't have even counted it as a book, but it's considered a book, and it has reviews on Goodreads, so I'm counting it as a book. And this car behind me that pulled out like in the middle of the intersection is acting very strange. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, and then I had started this graphic novel that a friend of mine recommended to me. Like, when I wanted to get into graphic novels, I have a friend of mine that he really loves comics. And he reads, like, all the Marvel comics and, all of that, like Deadpool and all that kind of stuff. He gets into all of that. But he's read, like, everything. And So I asked him, like, way back, I was like, what are 2, like, graphic novels that you would recommend? And this was before I had found, like The Diary of Anne Frank, To Kill a Mockingbird, A Wrinkle in Time, Anne of Green Gables. I have all of the book graphic novels. They come in these hardbound books, and they're beautiful. They're beautifully illustrated. That was before I had found those, and so I had asked him for some recommendations, and he recommended to me Clue, like the game and also the movie, but I really did not like it. I tried to read it for, I think this Halloween, I tried to read it. I was going to say for Spookathon, but I think I actually had it on my Spookathon is a readathon that Books and Lala used to do. Kayla from Books and Lala, but I don't think she didn't do it this year, so I think she's retired Spookathon, but it was a really fun readathon. It was during, like, it was before Halloween. It was all, like, thrillers and stuff. So I think I tried to read it this year for Halloween, and I just could not get into it at all. It was like a very modernized version of the old Clue game and movie, and I just didn't like it. So he had also recommended to me this one called Sex Criminals. So I had started it, I don't even know when, like sometime this year, earlier this year, like probably last January or something. It's been forever. And I had read like a little bit here and a little bit there, and I was just so not into it. So let me just tell you the premise. I just looked it up on Goodreads because I just finished it, and so I added it to my Goodreads. I gave it 1 star. Now I have to just tell you, like, it's hard pressed that I don't give a book 5 stars because I love books so much, right? I get into them and I really read them. I don't even know that I understood this book. I don't have any clue what I just read. I literally just sat down for an hour and just was like, you're gonna finish this. It was about these 2 people that meet, and they have this special power where when they have sex, time stops. And so they decide that they're gonna use the special power to have sex and then rob banks to save money, to donate the money back to libraries, because these libraries are like gonna have to close if they don't have enough money. It's so bad, you guys. And I have to tell you, what was so surprising was it has such great reviews on Goodreads. It had like, the volume 1 had like 36 or 37, I think 37,000 and some reviews on it. And like the average was like a 4 out of 5 stars. It was like 3.9 stars or something. I was like, who liked this book? Like, it was so bizarre. I didn't think it was well told. It was so confusing. And just like one thing, just like you'd be reading something and it would be explaining something, and the next thing you know, it was talking about something else. I was so confused by the whole book. I gave it 1 star. It was horrible. It's literally the worst book I've read this year, hands down. So that was my 88th book. So then this book that I finished, well, I'm going to finish tonight, will be my 89th book. And then the 2 graphic novels will be 90 and 91. And then I'll have 9 more books to read. I have like 3 books that I want to finish. I'm hoping that I'm going to make it to this 100 books this year. If I do, if I make it to my goal of 100 books, I have like read 30 books or something this month, because well, I'm gonna try to finish Night Before Christmas tonight, and then tomorrow, or then after I finish that, I'm gonna I have like, I downloaded a bunch of Christmas books that are that were free, that were included in the Audible subscription. So if you get Audible, I gotta mail this Warby Parker thing, these glasses that I got. I picked the ones that I want. But I don't know if this is gonna fit in the mailbox. I may have to go inside to do this, and if I do, I'm just gonna do it after my vlog, because I'm not gonna stop this to go inside right now. Yeah, I have a feeling it's not gonna fit in the mailbox. Maybe this is just for like envelopes and stuff. Yeah, I'm almost positive of that. Well, there's another one in Fisher's. I could drive there. Yeah, the box is not going to fit in there. There's no, well. Okay. Oh, I downloaded a bunch of Christmas audiobooks tonight. I literally sat in front of my computer, you guys, for hours. So, I downloaded a different version. I like to listen to, I know I just said over here the other night that if I never read it again, I could care less, but it's only 3 hours, and I thought, okay, well, I kind of would like to listen to it again, and that is, I'm charging my phone, A Christmas Carol. I downloaded a new version of it. Here's the new books I downloaded. Quantum by Patricia Cornwell. I used to love her books, and this is one about, like, going into outer space. And then The Doll Funeral by Kate Hamer. These are the two that I bought, actually. The Doll Funeral by Kate Hamer. Kate Hamer wrote a book a couple years ago called The Girl in the Red Dress. It was such a great thriller, and it was about a kidnapping. Her other books, she has 2 other books, have not gotten... Actually, The Doll Funeral had 2 different versions of it, so I don't know if I got the right one. But they both got bad reviews. But I'm like, well, I loved the first one. It was kind of different. So then I downloaded Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne, because I've never read the first book of that. And it's really short. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes, unabridged. So I thought that would be like a short book to get towards my 100. I went off on a tangent and started talking about a friend that I shouldn't be talking about. So anyway, then I downloaded The Chimes by Charles Dickens, which is this New Year's book that I've never heard of before. And then another version of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. It's really short. It's 2 hours and 44 minutes. And the narration is by Hugh Grant. And then I downloaded I Am Not Myself These Days by Josh Kilmer Purcell. So Josh Kilmer Purcell, so I have a bunch of short books, you guys. I have like 5 Christmas books that if I really like got to it in the next 2 or 3 days, I could probably get done like 3 or 4 of them. Which if I got that done, then I would hit my goal of 100 books this year. I'm Not Myself These Days is a book that a friend of mine recommended to me. Oh my God, she recommended it to me years and years and years ago. It has a goldfish on the front of it. It's probably one of the best memoirs I've ever read. And it's about this guy that was a drag queen in New York City. And it's about a lot about addiction kind of too, if I remember correctly. It's really, really fantastically done. And Josh Kilmer Purcell is actually, he and his husband, I think it's his husband, he's one half of the Beekman brothers, or do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're the ones that started that Beekman 1802 or whatever it's called, that like the lotion and soap business or whatever. It is probably like one of the best memoirs I've ever read in my life. And I remember at the time that I read it, it was kind of like Augustine Burroughs meets Sylvia Plath meets, I don't know, like some humor, David Sedaris kind of. It was really, really, really well done. It's so windy outside tonight. It's kind of strange. Like it was still all day long, and then like the wind came out of nowhere. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna reread that book because it's been like, I think it's been 20 years since I read that book. Whenever it came out, I read it like the first year it came out, maybe a year after. Anyway, I had such a great day today. I got up. I got so much accomplished today, you guys. It's crazy. I got up. And I was kind of having like a slow start today. Like I just like laid in bed. Oh, so my friend Brittany is the director of Miss Universe Ireland. And so they were having like the online pageant today where, because they couldn't have it like in person. So they were like announcing like the top 7 and then like the winner and stuff. So when I woke up, that was live on Facebook. So I was watching Brittany announced all of that, which was really fun. It was like, it was funny because I said to Alex tonight, like, we just laid in bed and talked for like an hour, and I said, oh my God, I know what I did today, why I got so distracted. And he's like, what? And I said, I watched Brittany on the Miss Universe Ireland thing. He's like, oh, I watched that at work too while I was doing like some paperwork and stuff. I was like, you did? And he was like, yeah, I kind of watched it in and out. And then she had it on her story later, on her Instagram story. So anyway, I watched them, and they were like talking to the contestants, and they named the top 7. It was fun. It was like actually watching like a live pageant. So I did that for like an hour when I first got up. That was like while I was like making the bed, and I trimmed my beard and shaved and stuff, and brushed my teeth and tried to get alive a little bit. That I watched that, and then I did some stuff on the computer, and then I was like, okay, I want to go do this review. And I wanted to do this Chick-fil-A review, but I knew that the line at Chick-fil-A was going to be so long, and I was getting out of the house. By the time I got out of the house, it was like after 3 o'clock. So I went and I got my coffee first. The Starbucks by me is closed, so I went to Dunkin' Donuts and got my sugar plum macchiato, which I love. And I talked to Caroline on the phone, and we kind of made plans for Christmas Eve. We're gonna get Chinese food. Oh, I talked all about this. And talked to her about that. And then what else did I do? After I did the review, I'm like trying to think. Well, I had my literature meeting tonight at 8 o'clock, so I was trying to get all this stuff done. I wanted to clean the kitchen and all this kind of stuff. God, it's windy. All these leaves and stuff blowing across the street. It's crazy. It's like a blustery fall day, not winter. So I came home, and I filmed a drama video, and then I filmed a Peterisms video, and was getting those up, and did a bunch of cameos. I just have so much fun doing those cameos. I love them. And lit a bunch of candles. And then Alex came home, and I had wanted to get the Christmas tree up before my meeting tonight. And I was actually going to put like the ornaments on it and stuff like during the meeting, because like each person reads, and then like you can just listen to there's like only like 6 or 7. It depends. It's like anywhere from like any given night, like 5 to like the most is 8. We have like 8 people in the group, but not everybody's there every week. But tonight, how many people are there? Okay. There's 7 people in the group. There's 7 people total in the group. Oh, 8. The 8th person. Actually, one person wasn't here tonight. And, and she's pregnant, and we were gonna do like this baby shower thing for her, but she couldn't come tonight. And, I was getting kind of down to the wire, and, so I was like, well, maybe I'll skip tonight. But like everybody, I'd already said I would be there, and everybody was going to be there. And then we decided that next week we're not going to have it, because the person that like does the Zoom thing, she's got some stuff going on. And so we just decided not to have it next week. So this was like our last one before the new year. And then one of the people in the group that's been in both groups, because this is the second group that we've done since we started COVID, or since it started during COVID. The first time we did one book, now we're doing another book. She got a new job, and her job is at night, so she's not going to be able to participate anymore. And then we were talking about my birthday, and then Tanya's anniversary. It just was, because her anniversary is tomorrow, her wedding anniversary. It just was such a great meeting tonight. And so going into it, I was kind of like, no, I just want to, be with all my friends. I don't want to be like distracted, so I'll do the Christmas tree afterwards. It was such an emotional group tonight. Like, at the end of it, like, we were all like crying and stuff. And it's like, this thing, you know, that started, like, this Zoom thing. That I can remember when the whole thing started, it was just like a couple of us. Like, I didn't know like half the group when it started. Let's see if this post office box is bigger than the other one. I didn't know half the group. It was just like one of my friends asked, you know, Tanya and I and my sponsor to do it. And so we agreed. And now I've become friends with all of the, I'm the only guy, so all of us have become such good friends. And, like, I honestly, like, during us being, like, isolated at home and stuff, I felt so connected to these women, you know? These women, like, really helped me, like, with my sobriety through that time, like, really, really helped me. And, I just felt so incredibly grateful, you know, like, oh, these boxes are so small. I just felt so incredibly grateful. It's just, I don't know, it's just, you know, what a crazy year we've had, you know, for something so amazingly positive to come out of it. So, yeah, it was cool. It was really good tonight. And, so anyway, I won't get to see them again until after the new year, but at least there is after the new year, you know? It's like, that's one of the kind of the cool things, you know, with like being in a 12-step program. It's like, there's really, like, as long as people stay sober, there's really no end to it. So it's not like a class that's going to end or like a camp that's going to end. You know what I mean? Like, you just keep on seeing the same people every week, you know? And there's been some people that I have seen almost every week for 26 years, you know? Close to 26 years. And what a cool thing that is. So anyway, got off that. And I brought up the tree, which literally the tree and the ornaments. Okay, here I waited till what, 3 days? Okay, so I was talking to Caroline today. And she was like, so what are you doing tonight? And I was like, well, I have my literature group. And then I said, I'm going to put up my tree sometime. She goes, you're going to put up your tree? She was such a bah humbug today. I told her, she goes, you're just like Mike, because her husband calls her a bah humbug. I said, Caroline, I said, can we just be happy for Christmas, please? And she started laughing. And she was like, why are you putting up your tree? She was like, it's 3 days before Christmas. And I said, I don't care if it's 1 day before Christmas. I want my tree up. And she was laughing at me. So I sent her a picture tonight of it. And she like loved the image and was very sweet. But actually we ended up having like a really good talk about like faith and stuff like that. Caroline and I did tonight, and like the true meaning of Christmas and all of that. And because that was like a lot. She was saying like, you know, she's like, I feel like we all like rush around in circles to like have the perfect Christmas. And she's like, but what does that mean? And she was like, and then the whole idea of what Christmas truly is like forgotten and all of that. And I do agree with that. I do, you know? And so anyway, she was happy by the time that we got off the phone. Why wouldn't she be when she has such a wonderful cousin like me? Do you know what's funny? It's like sometimes when I talk to Caroline on the phone, I like think back to when we were little kids. Like I still look up to Caroline that way, you know? Like, I still look up at her with, like she can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, she was always that for me, you know? Oh, I also, made an appointment for Boo Radley, because Alex and I were like, yeah, we think we need to just at least take him in and get him checked out. Just to make sure that his neck is okay. So I called today, and the vet was like, yeah, you should probably bring him in and just check him out and make sure he's okay. So I'm taking him tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And, which will be good too, because I need to ask her about like what to do so that we can get him groomed next time, because he won't let the groomer touch his face. But I think that has a lot to do with his teeth, which are bad. He'll like let us touch his face and stuff, but like he doesn't like let anybody else. He's real weird about people touching him anyway. Like, he like, if, you know, anybody stops by or anybody tries to like, you know, pick him up like back in the day and whatever, like Boo Radley always runs to us and like just is like, I mean, he's just a scared little dog. And, which is so funny because Tucker's totally not that, but, so yeah, that's tomorrow. And, so I put up the Christmas tree, and I put on my computer Smoky Mountain Christmas with Dolly Parton, so killed 2 birds with 1 stone while I was putting up the Christmas tree. Alex is like, you know every line. He said, I can't remember what he said. He said something about the movie. He was like, are you getting all in the mood for putting up the Christmas tree? And I said, yeah. And so I was watching that, and then I got the Christmas tree up, and I actually, you know what, like, Alex and I, a couple years ago, when we put up, like, the last time we put up our big Christmas tree, we had gone to, God, I don't even know how long ago that was. Probably before I was on YouTube. Because, like, one year, it got kind of down to the wire with the big one. I've played this Christmas tree whole journey out, like, literally on YouTube. Because this one year, hold on a second, it got down to the wire, and we didn't put it up. And I was, like, really upset about it. And so the ornaments I'm going to tell you about would have been from the year before that. Because we went in and we like bought all of this stuff to decorate the house, and the house was like so pretty that year and stuff, and we decorated it like right after Thanksgiving, and we bought all these ornaments. And Alex said, like, because I had a lot of my older ornaments and stuff, and he said he wanted to do like all new ornaments, and so I was like, that's fine, let's go pick out stuff. So we went and we picked out all of these ornaments that were birds. Like, we went to Walmart, and we went to, I think, was Pier 1 still around then? I don't remember. Maybe Anthropology. We bought all these really cool ornaments, and like some of them are very natural looking, and you know, like homespun kind of ornaments, and some of them are like metal with like long feathers on them, and they're just like all different ones. And so we had all bird ornaments on our tree. It was really cool. So I used those ornaments tonight when I decorated the tree, and but I only needed to use like 2/3 of them, or half of them, or 2/3 of them, because if I had put all, because I said to Alex, I said, how do you think it looks? He goes, I think there's a lot of birds on that tree. But anyway, the year after that got down to the wire, and it was literally like the week before Christmas, and I said to Alex, like, I was like frantic about it. I was like, we haven't put up the Christmas tree. And he was like, okay. And I was like, well, we've got to put up he goes, do you really want to put it up now? And I said, well, I mean, I would like to. And he was like, okay, so we're going to, he's just think this through with me. He said, if you want to put it up, we can put it up. He said, but we're going to put this huge Christmas tree up, all the ornaments, drag it up from downstairs, because it was like always this huge event, you know, to bring the Christmas tree, because this huge 6-foot fake Christmas tree from downstairs in the basement. He said, we're going to bring it all the way upstairs and then take it down a week later. He was like, are you sure you really want to do that? And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. I don't really want to do that. that. I really didn't. After I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't think I want to do that. And so we didn't. And it was like, once I kind of got over the fact that I wasn't like super sad about it, it was like, and I just kind of accepted the fact that I didn't put up a Christmas tree that year. It was like, fine, you know? Then the following year, we just decided early on that we weren't going to put up a Christmas tree. I had said that I was going to maybe buy like a small one, but I just never did. And so it was like 2 years we didn't put up a Christmas tree. The thing is that we go over to, you know, my aunt and uncle's or Caroline's. Back then we would, on Christmas Eve, and then we would go over after we like had an early dinner with them. Then we would go over to Alex's aunt's or his mom's, and their Christmas Eve starts late because they do like their Christmas is Christmas Eve. So we would go over there at like 9 o'clock. No, we would go over there at like 6 or 7, but then like Christmas would start at like 9 o'clock. We would have dinner at 9 o'clock and then open presents at midnight and stuff like that. Santa Claus flies over in Venezuela and drops the presents in the yard. So, and then they would play like celebratory music, like dance music, and they would dance until like 3 o'clock in the morning and do the karaoke. You know, I've talked about it every year. It was fun. So that was till like 3 or 4. My leg is itching. So now this year, we're not doing that because my in-laws are in Texas. But I guess we're going to stop by Alex's aunt's house and see his tia and uncle and his grandma, because they're still here. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so we wouldn't be at home very much in the past anyway, right? And then Christmas Day, we would get up and we would go back over to like Caroline's for like an early lunch, like noon or something. And then we would go, like we either stayed there and played games and did stuff, or we would go over to Alex's mom's again in the afternoon, although they didn't really do anything. They would have like leftovers and whatever. So we weren't really ever at home around Christmas. So we were always kind of like, why put up a Christmas tree? Well, then a couple years ago, I was like, I really wanted to put up a small Christmas tree. And that was when Tanya and I went to Meijer, and the Christmas tree that I got was the last Christmas tree, small Christmas tree that they had. And, so I got it, and I think we put it in the box and everything, Tanya and I did, and we just took it out of there. It was the last one. And it's like a flocked Christmas tree. It's very pretty. But you know what's so weird is that, like, I can remember when I was a little kid, and we would go over to, like, my mom had, like, these old lady friends that she would stop by and, like, you know, take stuff to. Do you hear this wind outside? It's crazy. And, like that, what was her name? I told the whole story about it on here one night. Hazel, that did the Afghans. Hazel, I don't know why I was playing some music. We went to Hazel's house, I remember, for Christmas, and she had this little Christmas tree on a table, like right when you walked in the house, or the apartment. She lived in this apartment building in Broad Ripple. And then she had little Christmas presents, like, stacked around the tree on this table. And I can remember it just, like, I thought it was so depressing. Isn't that so weird that you associate something like that with being real depressing? And I was like, I just thought it was so sad. This just, like, little Christmas tree, you know? Like, and I can remember we would go to, like, these old ladies' houses that my mom was friends with, or that she, like, knew from something, I don't even know how, and she would, like, drop them stuff off, and food and things like that, cookies, you know, and they would all have those little Christmas trees. And for some reason, I totally associated that with, oh, my mom's aunt. We went to her apartment one time, and her apartment was like that too. And then I kind of remembered my grandma having a Christmas tree like that, like a little Christmas tree. And I thought, is that like what happens when you're old and you like live in an apartment? It's like you, like, I guess I must associated with that, right? You get this little Christmas tree, and I thought it was real sad, you know, they didn't have like a real big Christmas tree. Because like, we always went all out, had a big Christmas tree and lights everywhere and the candles. And we did, for a long time, my mom did those fake candles in the window, you know, and wreaths on the window and stuff. And and so now, what's so ironic about that is that I have this little itty bitty Christmas tree. She ain't even 2 feet tall, you know, and I have her sitting right next to the fireplace. And it's so funny because as soon as I had it up, Alex came, I mean, literally 2 seconds. He was like, now I can bring down your Christmas presents, put them next to the tree. And I said, well, if you put them on the ground, I'm afraid the dogs will get into them. And, because, you know, Tucker likes to get on the table and get pens and memory cards and all kinds of stuff. So he said, well, I'll put them on the chair instead. And then Alex goes, but that, I don't know where all my presents are from you are gonna fit. I said, well, I'll bring them down on Christmas Eve. He goes, but I can't see them before that. I said, don't worry about it. So I told Alex tonight one of his presents that I'm getting him as a little special. It's something I've wanted to get him for a while. I tried to get it for him for his birthday. He was like, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. You don't need to do that. So, but I didn't know exactly what he wanted, so I had to ask him specifically, so I had to tell him ahead of time. So one of his major Christmas presents is that I'm buying him a new computer. So I told him tonight, and when we were laying in bed, I said, do you want one of your Christmas presents now? And he was like, sure, do you want one of yours? I said, no, I have to tell you ahead of time because I have to know what you want. And it actually turned out really good because he was like, he just told me the size and the color, and then he's like, you pick out the rest. So he doesn't know that, like, the other stuff that, like, you know, I mean, he knows what kind I'm gonna get probably and all that, but so I'm really excited because Alex is like on his computer all the time doing pictures for Instagram and stuff, and he loves to do Photoshop, and he uses Photoshop and other kind of like picture editing tools for like his work. That's like a big part of his work. And his computer is several years old, and it's in fine condition, honestly. But when I got my MacBook Pro, it just was like literally, and I like my MacBook Air. It's funny because I was having this conversation with Melissa the other day because she was asking me what I'm getting Alex for Christmas. And so I was telling her about this, and she said, oh, she was like, I said, do you have a Pro or an Air? She's like, oh no, I just have a MacBook Air. She was like, I've had it forever. I love it though. And I said, she's like, I don't really need it to be fast. She's like, because I just like shop and play games on it and stuff like that. And I said, well, the MacBook Pro is like unbelievably fast. Like, I just couldn't believe how much easier it was to use the MacBook Pro than the MacBook Air. So I have the smaller one. I asked him what size he wanted, and he said, well, I mean, I would love the bigger one, but he goes, you don't have to do that. So if the bigger one is not too much more expensive, I think I'm gonna get that for him. I don't want a bigger one. Like, I like it when it's smaller, because I can move it all over the place and take it, you know, from room to room with me and stuff like that, which, I mean, he can too, but. And then I've got some other surprises for him that he totally won't expect, so. Some fun things. I got him a couple nice things this year. And then David, Caroline's son, I actually, you know, I downloaded that John Coltrane song the other day, and Caroline had said, why don't you buy him a record album? And because I used to buy him record albums all the time because he's really into music and his album and stuff. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy him some jazz albums. So I mean, I don't really know where to go to get that because there's not like a lot of like music. There's a couple music stores in Indianapolis, but I think I'm gonna go to Half Price Books actually and see if they have some like Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane, and I might get him like a couple jazz albums. I think he would really like jazz because he just likes the pure quality of like music. Like, I mean, he has a lot of bands that he likes. Where am I at on time? He has a lot of bands that he likes, but he also likes, I think I have like a minute left until it stops. I can't see. I think it says 28, 44, 45, yeah. I can't tell if it's 28 or 26 though. But he has a lot of bands that he really likes. But then he also, that is so weird. What is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be an upside down cross? I'm so confused. He has a lot of bands he likes, but then he just loves like musicians that just like jam out and play. So I thought that he might really like some old school jazz. Like if he sat there and listened to it, I feel like David would really like that. So, yeah, I think I'm like done with Christmas shopping, which is nice. I might buy Alex 1 or 2 more things. I might get him like I got him a sweater at Macy's, but I might get him like a real nice sweater or shirt or something like that. We'll see. I should go to Von Maur and see what they have, because they always have like kind of, I don't love Von Maur, but they have like stuff that like you wouldn't be stopped. Like he likes Burberry stuff, so he bought a Burberry shirt when we were in Florida. So maybe he was looking at another one, so maybe I'll find the other one. Oh, so then when I got done putting the Christmas tree up, I was sitting there and I was watching Smoky Mountain Christmas. I was just like sitting on the computer like watching it, and Alex was watching TikTok. So I started watching other stuff, and I started like searching Oprah's aha moments, because I like to go in and like see the ones that like maybe I haven't seen or I haven't seen in a while and stuff. Which I want to tell you something interesting that I saw about the Oprah and the Maya Angelou thing, where when you're going through the biggest tragedy in your life, stop and look and say thank you. I've heard it 2 different ways, but I heard it tonight in a video. Well, I'll just tell you now. I heard it tonight in the video clip in a way that I had never heard her explain it before. And I thought it was interesting. And she was talking about this aha moment. And she said, this woman said something to her about thank you for sharing your faith and like not being afraid to share about how strong a faith you have. And she's like, I have really strong faith. And she said, I have faith that the sun will rise tomorrow. And Oprah said, whenever I'm going through something really, really hard in my life, she said, I remember that the sun will rise tomorrow. I asked myself, do you believe that the sun will rise tomorrow? And that's having faith, she said. And she said that this idea that God hides rainbows in clouds. And I was like, God hides rainbows in clouds. I love that idea. You know, and she's like, just because you can't see him doesn't mean that you can't see the silver lining. And she said that when Maya Angelou and her were talking, she said she would call Maya Angelou up, and she'd be like, oh, she'd be like crying about something. This is on YouTube, you guys, I watched it tonight. And she was like, you just put in Oprah's aha moments. And I think it's the one called Oprah's aha moment you didn't see on TV. It's like the third one down if you Google Oprah's aha moments. And she said that, because I'm like repeating it as she's saying it, because I'm like, oh, I know this, because I say this in my videos all the time. And the way I had originally heard it was, when you are going through the biggest tragedy in your life, or you're going through a major tragedy in your life, look up and say thank you, because you're about to learn a valuable lesson in your life, okay? And she said that she would call Maya Angelou and she would complain about like something that she was going through or some big tragedy, and Maya would say, stop it right now. And that when you're going through this, you need to look up and say thank you. And I was like, because you're about to learn a valuable lesson. But that's not what she said. What she said was, because God put this in your life, like, and God is there for you, and you're not alone. And so you say thank you to your higher power for not being alone going through this thing. And that is what faith is all about, you know? And it's interesting, on the heels of doing this magic book by Rhonda Byrne, that was pretty. All those lights just like changed right as I drove up there. You know, she talks a lot about that, about saying thank you before something happens, saying thank you ahead of time for something that hasn't even happened yet, to your higher power, or to the universe, or to wherever you believe your energy comes from. And I loved that, you know? So I watched that. I watched like 3 forms of that, or 3 of the aha moments. These aha moments of Oprah's, if you put them in, like all the aha moments I've ever talked about are right there, because I looked and it's like, I was like, all the videos had red lines underneath them where I had watched them, because I watch them like probably every month just to remind me of stuff. The one about forgiveness, well, some of the aha moments to me that are like the biggest ones are like, this one I actually saw not too long ago, probably like 2 years ago, and it really changed my perspective on things. And that was when our expectations for people are too high. When we expect gallon-sized love from a pint-sized person. And I'll never forget the guy saying it on there. And that was literally for me like an aha moment. And at that moment in my life, I was expecting gallon-sized love from a pint-sized person. And what that means is, not that that person is pint-sized, it just means they don't have the capability to give you what you want. Maybe they're, you know, wired differently than you. Maybe they're wired differently with their expectations. Maybe they don't know how to have relationships like that. Maybe they never grew up having relationships like that. Maybe they didn't have family that, you know, taught them that stuff. But the reality is, what you're wanting from somebody is way more than they are able to give. And it doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them less than that. It just means they don't have it. And how can you have your expectations so high? You know, it's like going to a store that doesn't sell peanut butter and expecting to buy peanut butter, and then being upset with the store because they don't have peanut butter. They don't have it. So why are you going to get, and there's a sign out front that says we don't have peanut butter. But then we go there and we get mad because they don't have peanut butter. You know, it's very that. And that was like such a wake-up moment for me. The other aha moment, there's like a couple on there like that are just super powerful. The other one for me was her definition of forgiveness. And that forgiveness is when you accept the past. Not that what happened, I have it written down in my phone, you guys, because I have read it so many times, because I want to remember this. And so, like, my quote is almost exactly what she says on the video, but, like, because I've read it so many times, that forgiveness is, this is so powerful. This is literally, these words are life-changing, you guys. If you really think about it, like, these are life-changing words, okay? That forgiveness is accepting the past. Not accepting that what happened was okay. Okay, it's not looking at what happened and saying, well, this was okay that happened to me, okay? Especially when you're talking about really serious things of abusive natures, and I feel like my camera is like lagging, like my lips are looking like they're lagging behind or something. I hope not. But whatever it is in your life, okay, that you for some reason can't forgive this person for or get over. It's not saying that what happened was okay. It's not saying that at all, okay? That like, oh, well, it happened, so, okay, that it's whatever, let's move on. It's not saying that. It's accepting that what happened, happened. We can't change that, okay? But looking at that and saying, I can't change it, I accept the fact that it happened, instead of playing this, well, what if, well, what if, well, what if, which I think many of us do. Even if we don't acknowledge that we do, I think many of us do that. I know I have many times in the past, but looking at something and saying, I acknowledge and I accept the fact that this happened, okay? Number one. Number two, no, it does not make it okay that it happened, but it happened. Number three, now what am I gonna do about it? So that what happened no longer holds me hostage. Because I'm the one that's paying for not being able to move on and forgive this person. And there's power in that. You know, there's power in letting go and letting God, you know, and if you believe in that, which I do, or the universe or whatever, you know, but there's power in that, and saying, what are you going to do about this now? Like, you know, and just, you can't change this. It happened. So that's one of the other aha moments that really greatly affected me. On there was also the teenage girl that she was like 18 when she was murdered, that her mother was going to come on, tell her story, and then take her life. And Dr. Phil said, do you think that instead, and I actually saw this one before my mom passed away, but where she said, do you think that, he said to her, do you think that you could, instead of focusing on the day that she was killed, do you think you could focus on the 18 years that she was alive, celebrate the 18 years that she was alive? And she looks at him and says, I never thought of that before. And that one is like, whew, goosebumps. You know, you talk about getting over grieving or moving through the pain. I don't believe in getting over it, but moving through the pain. I mean, that is a level of acceptance where you can say, I'm going to celebrate the life that I had with, and that doesn't have to just be with somebody that passed away. That could be in a relationship, or a job that's gone, or a friend that's gone, or whatever, where you say, I'm going to celebrate the times that we had together, and I'm going to not focus anymore on just the fact that they're not in my life anymore, you know? And that's really, really hard to do. Another one that I didn't see on there tonight, but another one was when she said, she went to that Illinois State Women's Prison, and she interviewed women. This was on okay, so there was a DVD that came out, and it was like Oprah's 35th anniversary, and it was like, there was one whole disc that was all just like one aha moment after another. And I would just watch that disc, and it so inspired me. I mean, it so inspired me, and I learned so much from just that one disc. And she went to the Illinois State Women's Prison, and she said she met with these women that had killed their kids, their infant children. One woman put her child in a freezer. One woman threw her child against the wall. I mean, they were horrific stories, and these women just looked very normal. And she said that after the interview, like if you watched it, I think this one's on YouTube too, she said if you watched it afterwards, one of the women came up to her and said, why don't you hate us? And she said, hate you? She said, no, I don't hate you. She said, because see, that's what you do with your pain, but I do something different with mine. When I heard that, newly sober, whenever that came out, I was like that concept of how we hurt ourselves with our own pain and what we do with that. Like, that was such a freeing moment for me to hear that. You know, Oprah said, no, see, I don't hate you because, like, pain is universal. And the fact that she didn't look at those women any differently, you know? She shared tonight, you know, like, this was one I watched tonight that I had never seen before. Every time I search them, I always hope I find one I haven't seen before, and this is one I found tonight. You know, we talk about gratitude, and I probably get a little preachy about it, and sometimes, you know, and I said and sometimes I get preachy about it, gratitude in my videos and stuff like that, but I just feel like I was watching this one tonight. She was talking about when she was in Africa and she was setting up the schools. The school over there, the girls' school. And she said that every day that, like, they would drive from, like, to the tents where they were, like, building the school. Do you guys remember when she was doing, like, the girls' school? And she would stop and she would give these people gifts, and usually cash, right? And so this one day she stopped, and there was this woman who she said she found out later she was 72. But she said she looked a lot older because she was, like, hunched over, and she was working with this, like, yard, like this, you know, she was using a hoe to, like, for the soil. And Oprah went over to her and she gave her, like, this wad of cash, right? And the woman looked up, like, the translator was there translating, and said, what is the date today? And the translator told her and said it was, like, I can't remember what it was, like, December 10th or something, 12th, you know, December 12th, 1990 or whatever. And the woman looked up and said, December 12th, 1990, I will remember as the first day I ever received a gift in my life. I think about that, you know? And I think about all the times I've gotten so petty in my life about things that just don't matter. I'm going to ask yourself, what things really matter? This is a really sad way to find out what things matter in your life, but it's the truth. In the moment that you're going through extreme loss, like in that moment, right? When time seems to stop. Like, I can remember sitting in front of Subway. I can remember sitting in front of Subway, and Caroline called me and told me that her dad had passed away. And she was like, I don't know when we're gonna have the funeral, because it was like coming up on 4th of July weekend, and la 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 la. And I said, Caroline, it doesn't matter. You do it when you want to do it. And we just, like, both stopped there. It was like we were both silent, like, on the phone together, you know? And it was like time stopped. And if you want to know, like, what is really important in your life, there's like a siren back there or something, but it's like so far back there. I feel like it's like stopped. Just on, like, the side of the road or something. Oh no, it's still coming. It must not be going very fast though. It's not like, I'm not even going, I'm going like 40. But if you want to know what's really important in your life, in that moment, when something really, really serious happens, some serious, like, loss or something, ask yourself in that moment, what matters? Does Twitter matter right now? Does Facebook matter right now? Does my opinion about this matter right now? What really matters to me in my life? Because when it comes down to that moment, that's when you can ask yourself those questions, and you'll know, like, this is what's important right now, you know? This is what is important in my life. Because in those moments, like, a lot of the stuff that we get all hung up on, it doesn't matter. It just really doesn't. I used to watch those TED Talks all the time. I don't watch those TED Talks as much anymore, but I always got such great things out of those TED Talks when I would watch them. The car must have, siren or whatever it was, an ambulance or police car, whatever, it must have turned, because it's not back there anymore. But whenever I need a good reminder about something, I watch the Oprah stuff. So then, I don't know, I was watching this Reese Witherspoon interview thing that she did about the most important lesson that she ever learned. I don't know why. And then I watched okay, then you know what came up? Well, I feel like maybe I watched those at the end. I did. I watched those at the end. First, what I watched was I was looking up Christmas stuff, and the Judy Garland show, where she has like her two little kids, Lorna and whatever her son's name is, Joe, and then Liza comes in later and she's like a teenager and she's like dancing with this guy. Have you guys seen this, the Judy Garland Christmas special? I've literally never seen it in my life. Oh, no, yeah, that was what I watched first. I didn't watch the whole thing, I just skimmed it. But I was like, this is so fantastic that this is, like, this is what I loved about YouTube way back in the day. Like, I didn't have these YouTubers that I watched regularly and, you know, wonder what was going on with their life. Like, this was the kind of stuff that I watched, where I was just like, I cannot tell you how many times I sat there and watched one Oscar Academy Award acceptance speech after another, after another. I mean, I've watched so many people's Academy Award acceptance speeches. And, I love to watch those. And, I love to watch all that stuff. So anyway, then this clip came up, and it was Barbra Streisand and Judy Garland, and I was like, you want to talk about serious icons, right? So I started watching it, and it's so funny because if you guys want to see it, if you have any interest in it at all, it's Barbra Streisand, Judy Garland, and Ethel Merman, and it's called There's No Business Like Show Business. And it's on, like, Judy Garland's TV. Did she have a TV show that I was unaware of? I guess she must have. So anyway, she has Barbra Streisand on there, and it's like Barbra Streisand, like, when she first started getting famous, because she's kind of like giving her a hard time, and Barbra Streisand's like really, really like quiet, and she's talking about how she always wanted to be an actress, but she hadn't sang until 3 years before that. I didn't know that about Barbra Streisand. So anyway, this is like all in black and white, and So Ethel Merman's like in the audience. Do you guys not know who Ethel Merman is? This is, okay, now my battery is dying, of course. Of course, while I'm getting right into this story. I'll be right back. Let me pull over here, hold on, in this neighborhood. Okay, give me this a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What's so funny about this is, if you watch my drama channel, I sing on there, there's no business like show business. I do like a little Ethel Merman, you know? And I used to love her when I was growing up as a kid. I wasn't much into like theater, but I loved this whole like old movie era. Like, I was so into all of that. And Ethel Merman played, the mother on Gypsy. So anyway, watching this, and it's so funny because Judy Garland's like, there's not many of us gals anymore that belt it out. And so she's like, they're all three of them singing There's No Business Like Show Business. And Ethelwoman's like, should we sing Show Business? Show Business in E flat. And I'm like, love those days of like entertainment. Like, I miss those days, right? When like, I don't know, when there was like movies and TV and all that stuff wasn't so pretentious and entitled and fake, and it was, I don't know. I just, you know, I mean, Judy Garland, come on now. I mean, you talk about true talent. I really want to watch that movie called Judy. I know she was like such a horrific alcoholic and stuff. It was funny watching a Christmas special with what's her face? Why can't I think? I just said her name on here. Anyway, her daughter, Liza Minnelli, because like she's so young in the Christmas special, so it's like crazy to watch it and see her that young. Anyway, I watched that, and there was something else that I watched that I wanted to tell you guys about. Isn't YouTube such a great place, though? It's like you can find, like, everything that you ever wanted to see, you know? That you didn't know that you wanted to see. They have literally clips of everything. Oh, I was trying to find this movie with Angela Lansbury. It's this old Christmas movie that I used to love since I was watching Smoky Mountain Christmas. I've watched that movie so many times, you guys. I literally know every line. I was kind of bored watching it a little bit. But I felt like, you know what? I put up my Christmas tree. I did this. I wanted to make my bed really. So every day I get up, I put the pillows on the bed. But like, sometimes I don't put all of the throw pillows in the bed. Sometimes I just put the pillow, the sham, and then Alex has these two pillows that he puts behind the pillows that they sit up, and it looks real nice. So I try to make the bed look really nice every day, and then I spray it. I've actually, the new spray that I've been using is champagne something, and it's from Bath & Body Works, and it's actually, I think, a body spray, and it's the candle, and I love this candle. It's something champagne, I can't remember. But when I was at Bath & Body Works, I bought, because it was like 3 for the price of 1 or something like that, I bought the lotion, the body wash, and then the body spray. But I've been using the body spray as like, because it's very feminine smelling, but I don't really care. I put it on before I go to bed, when I take a shower, like before I go to bed. But I've been using the body spray as a linen spray, and it smells so good in the room because I have one of those plug-in things. Winter is my favorite scent from Bath & Body Works. It's my absolute favorite. Oh my god, look at that house over there. It's like 3 stories, all these windows, big Christmas tree. It's gorgeous. That neighborhood is so pretty in there, I think. So anyway, got my Christmas tree up, got all that stuff done. That's it. I need to put the Christmas tree lights on the 2 little trees out front. I mean, like, why, right? But at least at this point, I can have them through, like, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And just turn them on at night. Hell, I paid for them. I might as well put them on there. And, yeah, so I made the bed really nice, and I cleaned the kitchen up today, got that done. And I felt very accomplished today. I was like, oh my god, I got so much stuff done. You guys, I did like an 1.5-hour vlog the other day. I don't know how long this one is. This is going to be a little bit of a longer vlog, but I did like an 1.5-hour vlog the other day. And my vlogs have been around an hour recently. Between 45 minutes and an hour. And, you know, I always ask on here, I'm like, okay, do you guys like the longer vlogs? Do you like the shorter vlogs or whatever, you know? And I just assume that you guys like the ones that are like between 45 minutes and an hour because they're easier to watch. You guys, I posted that hour vlog, or 1.5-hour vlog the other night, and can I just tell you that, like, the viewership was, like, shot through the roof. I couldn't believe it. And I don't know if it was the title of that or what, but it was like, I got so many more, like, I don't know if the views were up. I didn't even look at that, but I never do. But like the minutes watched, like I look to see like how long people are watching it for. Because because a lot of people, especially in the vlog, will watch like a certain amount of it and then come back and watch the other half of it, so it like looks like it's not as long. But like that one was like way up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, people must have really enjoyed like the longer vlog or something, or am I reading into it? And you guys are like, no, Peter, that's not it. We only watched 10 minutes of it. Well, if you do, then you didn't hear me say this, so cheers. Oh. So my mother-in-law, oh God, it just, come on, snap out of it. Snap out of it. My mother-in-law watches my vlogs now. Hey! And so I was over there the other day, and I must have like, one night, I must have like busted out and started singing Whitney Houston, because she was like, sing that song. I'm like, what song? I know it's hard to believe, but like in front of my family and my friends, I'm not like, like show business. So I was like, what song? And she was like, that, she started singing it, and Alex goes, Whitney Houston, and I go, oh. And it was, I wanna dance with somebody, I wanna feel the heat with somebody. I must have sang it. So for my mother-in-law, that's for you. I wanna dance with somebody, I wanna feel the heat with somebody. It's actually heat with somebody. Oh man. That's how she found out about the magic book, and she's loving it, and I'm so happy. It makes me so happy that she loves that book. She and I always have like super deep intellectual conversation. What is going on with this stupid camera? There it is. She and I always have these like deep conversations about spirituality and improving ourselves and relationships and stuff like that. We can sit and talk about that for hours. I love my mother-in-law. Now tomorrow, I love all of my in-laws. I feel very, very blessed. I just feel blessed in general this year. I know that a lot of people this year have been like, oh, this has been a crap year and can't do this. I understand that. But I think it's made me, oh, I'm gonna have to stop this and start it again. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Whenever it gets like that, I have to like just turn the whole camera off, or it just will keep on doing it. But I think on some level, this year made me appreciate, I mean, I try to really be so grateful for everything anyway, but I think that this year made me really appreciate even more fully I don't want to say the small things, because they're not small things, but the things that I tend to take for granted. And by that I mean the people in my life, the relationships that I have, the relationships that I have cultivated over time, and that the friendships that I have, my recovery friendships that I have, that of people that have not, you know, gone back at it and are in my life, and I'm so thankful for their sobrieties as well. And all of the, like, the new people that I've met through YouTube this year, and I think, like, I met some really, really nice people this year, you know, and getting like a whole new group of people that have started watching my vlogs and stuff, you know, like, because of me just being like in the driveway, you know, like that was, as different as that was really enjoyable during that time. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I would vlog and then I would go get another Diet Coke and I would sit in my driveway and listen to audiobooks and play Words with Friends until my neighbor woke up, and then his kitchen light would go on, and I'd wave to him, and I'd go inside and go to bed. And there was something about that was pleasant. And like, I know Pee Pee passed away in 2019, but I didn't think I'd make it through that. I wasn't really sure Alex and I would, honestly. I never really, other than his grandfather and my aunt, really been with Alex through a major loss, except for his friend that had passed away too, And with Pee Pee, like, he was so close with Pee Pee, and Pee Pee had been his dog, that his one and only dog that he had ever had, like, from before me, that I was really, like, I didn't know what would happen, like, and it brought us so much closer together. And to see Alex take that love that he had for Pee Pee and just put it fully into Boo and Tucker, and us kind of, like, as sad as it was, reform this family that we had, that, quite frankly, Pee Pee was a really big part of that, And, I mean, it was Alex and I and 3 dogs. And maybe that just sounds like a number to people, but but Pee Pee was, like, a really big part of that. Like, I mean, Boo and Tucker literally followed him around everywhere. Like, Boo Radley, like, if Pee Pee did something, Boo Radley did it. I mean, he just looked up to that dog like nobody's business. And, Tucker and Pee Pee were just, like, best friends, and I was so worried that those little guys wouldn't know what to do without him. And, somehow we survived. And we miss him horribly, like Alex and I were laying in bed tonight talking, and I used to wrap Pee Pee in this little blanket, and then he would just look up at me, and I was doing it to Tucker tonight, and I said, oh, I used to do this to Pee Pee, and I'd call him my little burrito. And we still tell stories about Pee Pee, and on that level, Pee Pee's very much alive in our lives today, and I hope that he always is. My life was forever changed the moment that he came into my life, But, there's been a lot of loss this year and last year. And yet, through all of it, we're still standing. We're still here. Alex and I, And I think we're stronger than ever. And I think that one of the greatest things that happened to Alex and I this year was, I know this is going to sound corny, but, like, we found our sense of humor as a couple again. I mean, we always kind of had it, but, like, I don't know, we kind of found our rhythm as far as, like, having a sense of humor as a couple and really having good times together again and stuff. And it's like, just like the other night, sitting there watching Schitt's Creek, and Alex and I, like, quoting stuff, and just, and then I'm sitting there and I'm bawling my eyes out on the episode where Patrick's parents come for the surprise party, and Alex looks up. I said, oh my God, I said, I shouldn't have watched this one. I said, I'm bawling my eyes. And then Alex looks over and he's bawling his eyes out. And we've just been able to really share emotion with each other, you know, and just be really just like friggin' honest with each other about our emotions this year. And it's been fantastic. And I think it's made both of us appreciate so much more just our little family that we have, you know? And made me very cognizant of the fact that I say my little family, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have that little family, you know? And I feel very blessed for that. And I don't know. It's a weird year to look back on, you know, I think. I mean, it seems like forever ago that I went to go visit Mel, which was probably one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. She and I had so much fun together. And I can't wait to see her again, you know, when we can start traveling more and stuff. It seems crazy to think that that was almost a year ago. It's like the first week of March. So, like 10 months ago. It seems like it was so much longer than that. By the way, Mel and I think that we might have picked the book for January tonight. She and I have both been so busy, and I'm like, girl, we gotta pick the book. And then she picked a book, and then I was like, okay, this isn't on Audible, but I was like down to read the book. But I really like to listen to the books on Audible, as you know. And plus, we like, for the books that we pick, we want them to be on library, Audible, Amazon, you know, thrift books, everywhere. And so I recommended like 3 books, and she's like, all of them look good. You pick which one you want to read. And I was like, which one do you think looks best? And she was like, the first one. We're so funny. So yeah. I think this Sunday would be the book club. So if that's the case, it's not going to be able to be this Sunday. I'm going to have to talk to her about that. It'll have to be the following Sunday. Can you guys believe that Christmas is almost here and over? Like, and you know, as I said that, I was just thinking to myself, it seems like it's been coming forever though. Like, it doesn't really feel like it's been so long, you know? I mean, it doesn't feel like it's been so short. I mean, maybe the other night I said that. Did I say that the other night, that it feels like... But tonight, it feels like Christmas... Maybe it's because I finally got the Christmas tree up. I'm like, woo, got that up now. But no, like, it does. It feels like I have been listening to Christmas music and all this stuff for, like, months now. Like, I feel like once Christmas is over, I'll be ready for Christmas to be over. You know what I mean? I'll be ready to start 2021. I've got some really exciting projects for 2021. Which I'm excited to share with you guys. And, yeah, so I was laying in bed tonight, and Alex and I were, like, joking with the dogs, and they were being so sweet. So, of course, I, like, you know, do these voices, and I was, so we were talking to Boo Radley about going to the vet tomorrow. And he does not like to go to the vet. He doesn't like to go anywhere like that. Like, Tucker runs into the kennel like, I'm here, hello. Boo Radley is like, oh my God, Dad, take me home right now. And then, like, he likes it once he goes in there. But Boo Radley does not like to go to the vet. I mean, our vet is fantastic, but he won't want to go in there tomorrow or any of that kind of stuff. And, so I was doing these voices, and Alex and I got laughing so hard, and they were so sweet. Little Boo and Tucker are just like, I don't know. I love what we have, you know. Makes me very, very grateful. And that red tartan plaid duvet cover, let me just tell you, and the shams, that was a fantastic choice that I made this year. That is so comfortable, and those dogs love that fur throw on there too. I actually made the bed today, and then I put on Tucker's little crocheted blanket, you know, his comfort blanket, with his 2 little toys on there, because we haven't been putting the crochet or the comfort blankets on there because it doesn't go with the rest of the bedding, basically, is what it is. We'll put it on there like at the end of the night, like when he goes to sleep, but he hasn't been laying on it, so we haven't been putting it on there, right? And tonight I put his blanket, or this afternoon I put his blanket down, and he like put his little head on the blanket like this, and his little friends were sitting right next to him, the Grinch and his little monkey, we call Monkey, because like Peter Monn, Monkey. My grandma, my dad's mom, used to always say, she would pronounce our last name Monn, because she was really, really German, and she would pronounce our name Monn, like M-U-N-N, but it's not. Have I ever told you guys that my last name is actually not Monn? Have I ever told this story before? This is actually a fascinating bit of information, and I will end the vlog on this, and we'll tell a story the other night, on another night. My grandfather, my dad's dad, when he was an infant, he was like 3 months old, his family was in a house fire, and they lived in the 2nd story, and somebody threw my grandfather out a window, and he was caught. This is a true story. And he was caught, and he had a completely different last name from a different family. He was adopted by the Monns, and so my last name is actually not Monn. Isn't that crazy? I was gonna make a joke, but I won't. But no, that's actually a true story. So sometime maybe on here I'll tell you more about that. But isn't that crazy? I think maybe I've told that on here before. Well, all right, you guys, listen. I'm going to get off here now. I don't know how long I've vlogged for, but I think longer than I expected to. So, I know, if you guys like the longer vlogs, put it in the comment section below. Let me know. By the way, if you have a Chick-fil-A by you and you don't watch my review channel, go try the Mary Milkshake. It is absolutely delicious, you guys. It is like peppermint joy beyond anything you've ever had before. It is totally worth it. You don't need a bigger one than a small. Trust me, it's a lot. And that would be my Christmas recommendation for the week. So anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. What do I have tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow night, I'm going to get my coin with my sponsor, and then we're going to go to dinner afterwards. So I'm really excited. I get to have a little date with my sponsor tomorrow night. She and I are going to go out to dinner. Tanya can't go because it's her wedding anniversary, and they have all kinds of plans tomorrow night. So they're doing steak dinner and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm very, very excited, and to spend some time with my sponsor tomorrow. And yeah, that's tomorrow night. Anyway, so I hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Practice random acts. Make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean. Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Text, phone call, say hi to them, wave down the street, wave across the street, whatever. Make them a loaf of bread or some Christmas cookies and put it in their mailbox, whatever. Also like I always say, practice random acts of kindness, but also like I always say, practice random acts of kindness, but also like I always say, don't tell anyone, because we just want to keep it to ourselves, and we don't need to pat our own backs. It's called altruism. We just want to put good energy out there in the world, positive energy, and doing good deeds for others. And don't forget, this is a season of miracles. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Merry Christmas. Oh my God, you guys, I had to come back and tell you something. Okay, so as soon as I turned off the camera, I turned on the radio, Sirius Radio, channel 148, Radio Classics, and guess what it is? It is the Lux Radio Theater, Jimmy Stewart performing It's a Wonderful Life. You guys, I absolutely love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. And I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God, it's a Wonderful Life. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And I was so excited. So I'm going to listen to the rest of it. I still have 45 minutes left of it. And I got to listen to it. So I'm going to listen to that before I listen to my audiobook. So if you guys have Sirius Radio, you should definitely check out station 148 Radio Classics, because they're playing Christmas stuff all this week. And I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Bye. Love ya. Wait, bye. Love ya.